There, I shouldn't even be in the shop.
It was a dark Halloween night in Yellow Solar. All the engines were working hard, making deliveries and carrying passengers.
Thomas and Duck, I want you two to shut trucks at the scrapyard for James to pick up and take them to the steamworks. He will pick them up in the morning. Yes, sir.
Percy was worried.
You guys might want to be careful. Don't worry, Percy. We will be okay. What's the matter? It may be Halloween, but nothing is scary. It's just an imagination, Duck replied. Have you guys never heard about the ghosts at the scrapyard? What are you talking about? There's no such thing. A long time ago, there was an engine that was sent to the scrapyard to shunt trucks, when suddenly he lost control. It crashed through the buffers and was never seen again. But legend has it, when the moon is full on Halloween night, the ghost engine comes to haunt the scrapyard. First, you will see and hear trucks rattling all by themselves. Next, you hear moans and groans. Then you'll hear the ghost's whistle. Last, when the engine catches you, there is no turning back. Thomas and Duck laughed. Ha 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 ha. They thought it was a joke. Nice story, Percy, but it's not real. Thomas chuckled. That's just a story, added Duck. Then the two engines buffed away. Don't say I didn't warn you, Percy said. But Thomas and Duck were already on their way. On the way, Thomas and Duck were talking about Percy's story.
That story is silly.
It was nothing but silly rubbish, said Thomas. I believe you, Thomas. That story that Percy said to us was just a trick to scare us. But once they got to the scrapyard, it was spooky.
Oh, crap.
Duck says, "Oh, my." Two engines puffed slowly down in the scrapyard. What they didn't know was that there was one diesel, his name was Salty. That one diesel was having a chance for a little tease. As Thomas and Duck chuffed by Salty moaned and groaned. What was that? Said Thomas. Then they saw and heard trucks rattling all by themselves. Let's get out of here. Ghosts! They didn't know that it was just Salty trying to play a little joke.
I think we lost him.
But it wasn't over yet. They were in front of the smelter shed. The two engines gasped in horror. They didn't want to go in, but they had to do their job. Thomas said, "I'm not scared." Neither am I, said Duck. So with a wheesh of a steam and the blow of a whistle, the two engines puffed bravely inside. Inside the smelter shed, creepy things started to happen. Chains hung from the ceiling, shadows danced across the wall, and scary pieces of scrap were everywhere. I'm not scared, said Thomas.
Suddenly a big seed fell on Duck, cutting from the footplate.
Ah! The ghost! It's coming!
And he raced away as fast as his wheels would let him. Thomas thought Duck was the ghost. He was back too. No! Help! The ghost is after me! Salty thought Duck was the ghost. And he raced backward too. The three engines raced away into the sheds. Salty was behind Thomas, and Thomas was behind Duck. Help, Thomas! Cried Duck. The ghost has got me! Three engines raced all the way to the sheds. Back up in the sheds, all the engines were resting in their berths. Thomas's whistle woke all of them up.
That sounded like Thomas. Something must be wrong.
Salty and Thomas rushing towards them.
Stop!
Thomas and Salty applied their brakes. They stopped just in time. The ghost is after us! Everyone looked. Duck went round a signal box, and the sheet flew off. That's not a ghost, said James. It's only Duck. Three engines weren't scared now, but they were embarrassed. Stop and Hank came to see what was going on.
What is all the commotion around here? It's causing confusion and delay in the middle of the night.
Sir, we saw freight cars clanking all by themselves, and we heard moaning and groaning. Top and Hat looked at Salty. Do you have anything to do with this? Salty was nervous. I didn't mean to pull those silly pranks. I was only doing it because it was Halloween. Well, scaring is not allowed on my railway, said Top Hat. But since you learned your lesson, your only punishment is to help Thomas and Doug with the shunting at the scrapyard. Yes, sir, said Salty. Now, Thomas and Doug were not scared of the scrapyard anymore. Never scared of it ever again, even if there's no ghosts.